Okay guys, example 7. I skipped a couple examples here because example 7 kind of combines all of it. It says describe the graph as a transformation of the graph of f of x equals log base 3 of x. Well, first thing is, remember, what does that negative 1 do to it? It's not inside the parentheses, so it has to be something vertical. It's being added or subtracted, which tells me it's going to be a shift. And since it's a vertical shift, it can either go up or it can go down. Since it's negative, it's going to go down 1. Now to graph this, remember we said we could take the parent function, which is log base 3 of x. It's in it's in log form, so we set it equal to y, and then we can change it to exponential form. So 3 to the y equals x. So when I go to graph this, remember, since y is in the exponent, I'm going to pick some y values. So I'm going to plug in -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. I'm going to plug those in for y. So 3 to the -2, remember it's negative, so it's going to make it a fraction. So it's 1 over, and then 3 to the +2 would be 9. 3 to the -1, then it's going to give me 1/3, and 3 to the 0, 3 to the 1st, and 3 squared. Now remember, this is a log function, so we're going to have that vertical asymptote at x equals 0. But this is not the graph I'm graphing. This is my parent function, the log base 3 of x. I'm actually going to graph log base 3 of x minus 1. So when I go to do this, I use the parent table to help me, but that -1 you told me is a vertical shift down 1, which means I'm going to take my y values and subtract 1 from them. So let's do that. Subtract 1 from all of your y values. Your x values then are going to stay the same. Because your x values stay the same, that means that our vertical asymptote is not being affected. Remember, vertical asymptote is only affected when your x values are being changed. Alright, so then all we have to do is go through and graph this. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to graph my vertical asymptote at x equals 0. I'm going to plot the points that were given to me. So the 1/9 and negative, or not given to me, excuse me, that I found, 1/9 and -3. I've got 1/3 and 1/3 and -2. I've got 1 and -1. Then we have, 3, 0. And we've got 9, 1. And just connect those points. Put arrows on both ends. Try not to cross that asymptote, because remember, you can get really, really close, but you're never ever going to cross it. And there's our graph for this problem. Hope that helped.